Stop everything. Disney blatantly lied to you about Nemo. The true story is so disturbing that Hollywood would never include it in a children's film. In 30 minutes, you'll discover 10 secrets about the clownfish that will completely blow your mind. And the last one will keep you up at night for days. Forget everything you think you know about these colorful little fish. They hide biological secrets so impossible, they defy the laws of nature. Prepare for a scientific journey that will forever change how you view the oceans. Each revelation is more shocking than the last, building a puzzle of evolutionary mysteries. You're about to discover why this 8-centimeter fish is more extraordinary than any sci-fi creature. In the crystalline depths of tropical oceans, among corals that resemble alien gardens, lives one of the most underrated creatures on the planet. Small, colorful, seemingly harmless, yet capable of feats that would make any superhero look amateurish. For decades, marine scientists have wondered, how does a tiny creature thrive in one of the most hostile environments on Earth? How does it touch lethal poisons without dying? Why has it developed superpowers that our technology still can't replicate? The answers you're about to discover will blow your mind. Every scientific fact seems more fiction than reality, but everything has been proven in laboratories around the world. Prepare to meet the true master of the oceans. The story Hollywood told us about Nemo is a romanticized and censored version of the brutal and fascinating reality of clownfish. In the film, we see a devoted father searching for his lost son across the vast ocean, an epic journey of paternal love. In real life, this oceanic adventure would never happen for reasons that will completely shock you. Clownfish live in territories smaller than a basketball court and rarely venture beyond this safe zone. But what will disturb your mind most is the real fate that awaited Marlin after his wife's death. The biology of clownfish holds such dramatic twists that no screenwriter would dare imagine. You will discover reproductive secrets that completely redefine our understanding of family, gender, and survival in the wild. When Nemo's mother died in the Barracuda attack, something far more shocking should have happened to Marlin. In real life, he should have transformed into a female in just 30 days. That's right. All clownfish are born male and can become female when the situation demands it. It's one of the fastest and most complete sex changes in the animal kingdom, a phenomenon that leaves marine biologists completely astonished. The transformation isn't just cosmetic, it's a complete genetic reprogramming that restructures hormones, reproductive organs, and even social behavior. Testicles begin to dissolve while ovaries rapidly develop from scratch. Estrogen levels skyrocket, body structure changes, and within weeks, a reproductive male becomes a fully functional female. This extraordinary metamorphosis is irreversible. Once female, always female, ruling her territory with an iron fist. The trigger for this impossible transformation is purely social and occurs with surgical precision. When the dominant female in a group dies or disappears, the strongest male automatically initiates the most radical change in marine biology. It's not a conscious choice. It's an evolutionary program that has been operating for millions of years with astonishing efficiency. The process is so precise that each fish knows exactly its place in the hierarchical succession line. The second largest male prepares for the transformation, but only initiates the process when the alpha female actually disappears from the territory. It's as if they have a more organized internal political system than many modern human societies. Scientists at the Lizard Island Marine Research Station have documented that this social precision evolved in response to living in extremely limited territories. When you can't migrate to find a mate, you simply become the mate you need. But here comes the part that Disney would never show in their family films. When Nemo grew old enough to reproduce, he would become the reproductive partner of his own father, now transformed into a female. It's a biological reality that Hollywood definitely wouldn't put in a children's film, but it's nature's most ingenious survival strategy. This form of reproduction, called sequential hermaphroditism, is actually a perfect evolutionary solution for species living in isolated and limited territories. It ensures that there will always be a functional reproductive pair, maximizing the chances of species continuity even in extreme conditions. Genetic research has revealed that this ability evolved independently in several different lineages of marine fish. This is nature proving that sexual flexibility is synonymous with survival, and biological rigidity means extinction in hostile environments. This tiny fish does something that should be scientifically impossible. It nestles and sleeps among tentacles that kill any living thing in less than 3 seconds. Anemone tentacles contain nematocysts, specialized cells that fire microscopic harpoons loaded with devastating neurotoxins, capable of paralyzing muscles, destroying tissue, and causing instant, agonizing death. A single sting can take down a 12-inch fish in seconds, but the clownfish treats these deadly tentacles as its favorite bed. It swims carefree within this absolute death zone, playing and resting as if in the safest place on Earth. For any other marine animal, touching these tentacles means an immediate and irreversible death sentence. But for the clownfish, it's simply another normal day in underwater paradise. It took scientists decades to decipher this deadly mystery that defies all known laws of marine biology. The key to this impossible immunity is hidden in the special mucus that completely covers the clownfish's skin like invisible armor. This viscous substance contains unique glycoproteins that literally trick the anemone's ultra-sensitive chemical sensors, making it believe the fish is part of itself. It's as if the clownfish has developed the perfect passport to cross the ocean's most dangerous border undetected. Even more impressive, this immunity is not innate or automatic. Each young fish must gradually train by lightly touching the tentacles until it develops complete protection against deadly poisons. This is a highly risky process that can take weeks of dangerous conditioning, where a single miscalculation means instant and irreversible death. It's like learning to walk a tightrope over an active volcano. There's no room for error or second chances. Researchers at the University of Queensland have discovered that this symbiotic relationship goes far beyond simple immunity to the deadly venom. The clownfish's mucus actually stimulates the host anemone to produce more tentacles and grow significantly faster than solitary anemones. In exchange for this biological stimulation, the anemone offers absolute military protection and shares scraps of food captured by its killer tentacles. It's an evolutionary alliance spanning millions of years that has transformed the perilous ocean into a place where the impossible becomes a daily routine. Groundbreaking studies suggest that understanding this resistance mechanism could revolutionize the development of human painkillers, creating powerful medications without devastating side effects. Sometimes, humanity's greatest medical breakthroughs come from the most unexpected and dangerous places in the deep ocean. Imagine a baby clownfish, just a few centimeters long, having to undergo the most dangerous training in the animal kingdom just to survive. Baby clownfish must literally train with deadly tentacles in a process that's pure biological Russian roulette, where a single mistake means instant death. They begin by lightly touching the less venomous edges of the tentacles, gradually developing a resistance to the venom that kills any other fish in seconds. It's a desensitization process that takes weeks of extremely risky conditioning, where every touch is a gamble with one's life. During this critical period, 68% of babies die during the training process. It's like learning to drive in an active minefield, where there are no instructors, no second chances, and even the slightest mistake results in agonizing death. Only the bravest, smartest, and luckiest can master this impossible skill that defies all the laws of nature. The training protocol these hatchlings instinctively follow is more rigorous than any elite military program in the world. First, they observe adults for days, memorizing every movement, every angle of approach to the host anemone's deadly tentacles. Then, they begin with microscopic touches to the least dangerous ends, gradually developing protective layers of special mucus. Each training session lasts only a few seconds. Anything longer would be guaranteed suicide for an organism without complete immunity. Between sessions, they must recover and allow their immune systems to process and adapt to the small doses of neurotoxin absorbed. It's an impossible balance between courage and prudence, aggression and extreme caution. A very brave hatchling dies from poisoning. A very cautious one never develops sufficient immunity and ends up being rejected by the protective anemone. The few hatchlings that survive this hellish training emerge as true masters of aquatic survival, with seemingly supernatural abilities. They develop not only complete immunity to the venom, but also a keen perception of the mood and state of their host anemone. They can read invisible chemical signals that indicate when the anemone is aggressive, hungry, stressed, or receptive. This complex chemical communication allows for a harmonious coexistence that can last for decades within the same tiny territory. Scientists have discovered that trained clownfish can even calm agitated anemones through specific movements and the release of calming pheromones. It's a biological mastery that combines science, art, and survival instinct in a performance that amazes researchers around the world. The result is a partnership so perfect that it transforms two vulnerable organisms into a virtually indestructible biological superstructure. How does a baby clownfish, just 2 centimeters long, navigate hundreds of kilometers of open ocean and find just the right species of anemone to call home? For decades, this has been considered one of the greatest unexplained mysteries of modern marine biology. These tiny navigators can travel through ocean currents for distances that would make any terrestrial GPS seem like child's play. No maps, no compass, no coordinate system, just a biological navigation system so precise and sophisticated it would make any NASA engineer green with professional envy. The answer lies in their preternaturally developed senses, which function like an underwater military intelligence hub. Each baby clownfish is born equipped with biological sensors more advanced than our best nuclear submarines. It's a 3-dimensional GPS that combines chemistry, acoustics, magnetism, and even sunlight polarization into a seamlessly integrated system. The main secret lies in the clownfish's extraordinary and impossible sense of smell, which can detect and distinguish specific chemical odors from different anemone species from miles away in the ocean. It's as if each anemone has a unique chemical signature, and the young fish are equipped with a biological nose capable of identifying these signatures even when diluted in trillions of liters of salt water. Researchers at James Cook University have discovered that some fish can detect molecular concentrations so low that they are equivalent to a single drop of perfume diluted in an entire Olympic-sized swimming pool. This olfactory sensitivity is millions of times greater than that of any land animal known to science. But smell is only one part of this impossible navigation system that challenges our understanding of the limits of biological senses. Equally impressive is the 3-dimensional auditory navigation ability that allows clownfish to map entire oceans through sound. They can hear and interpret the sounds of the reef, a complex and unique symphony of clicks, roars, and vibrations produced by crustaceans, other fish, and even the coral itself growing microscopically. Each reef has its own distinctive sonic fingerprint, and the fish can use this acoustic information to navigate with military precision across thousands of ocean kilometers. Studies have shown that young fish raised in silent laboratories completely lose the ability to find suitable reefs in the wild. This proves that acoustic navigation is a learned and developed skill, not an automatic instinct. It is a biological GPS that operates in 3 dimensions simultaneously, combining molecular chemistry, complex acoustics, and real-time reading of ocean currents. Welcome to the most extremely matriarchal and authoritarian kingdom on Earth, where a female dictator controls absolutely everything, and the system has worked perfectly for millions of years. In clownfish society, not only does the female rule with an iron fist, she is literally the only one allowed to reproduce, controls all the resources in the territory, determines when each member eats, and coldly decides who lives or dies within her imperial domain. It's a social structure so rigid and hierarchical that it would make any political sociologist question everything we know about power, control, and efficient social organization. The alpha female didn't rise to absolute power by chance or inheritance. She started as an ordinary male, proved her strength and superior intelligence by surviving the deadly challenges of the oceanic territory, and only then became the unquestioned supreme leader. Once established in command, she exerts totalitarian control over every aspect of life in her tiny underwater nation. The Supreme Queen's population control is impressively precise and scientifically fascinating to observe in action. Through complex chemical signals and specific intimidating behaviors, she biologically prevents subordinate males from sexually maturing, keeping the population at mathematically sustainable levels for the host anemone's limited territory. If the population grows beyond the ecosystem's carrying capacity, she simply identifies and expels the surplus members of the group, a nearly guaranteed death sentence in the ocean teeming with hungry predators. It's a system of demographic control more efficient than any human government policy ever implemented in history. Those expelled rarely survive more than a few hours in the hostile territory beyond the anemone's protection. This apparent brutality is actually a survival mechanism that ensures the continuation of the species through rational decisions based on limited resources. What's most fascinating is that this extreme and seemingly cruel matriarchal structure evolved as the perfect response to the physical and environmental limitations of overpopulated coral reefs. In a world where space is more valuable than gold, where territory is a matter of life and death, and where resources are scarce and fiercely contested, democracy would mean total chaos and guaranteed extinction. The benevolent dictatorship of the alpha female ensures that decisions are made quickly, resources are distributed efficiently, and the survival of the group is prioritized over individual interests. Behavioral research has revealed that colonies with well-defined hierarchies have 300% higher survival rates than colonies where the social structure is more flexible or democratic. It's an authoritarian government that works because the alternative is complete extinction. Nature sometimes chooses brutal efficiency over individual justice when the survival of the species is at stake. Modern medicine is constantly seeking new ways to combat chronic pain and develop revolutionary, more effective, and safer painkillers for the millions of patients who suffer daily. The answer to this global medical challenge may have been swimming in tropical reefs for millions of years, hidden in the impossible immune system of the clownfish. This tiny, $20 pet shop fish may hold the molecular keys to alleviating human suffering on a scale never before imagined by medical science. The clownfish's resistance system, capable of neutralizing neurotoxins that would kill any other organism in seconds, is completely revolutionizing our understanding of biological resistance and offering valuable clues to medical treatments that could change millions of lives. It is a living, microscopic pharmacy that has evolved over millions of years to create the most perfect biological defense system ever documented by science. Pharmaceutical companies around the world are investing millions to decipher these evolutionary secrets. Scientists are intensively studying the unique glycoproteins found in the protective mucus of clownfish, molecules that not only neutralize deadly venoms, but do so without causing any harmful side effects to the host organism. Researchers at Stanford University have made groundbreaking discoveries by finding that certain components of this mucus can selectively block pain receptors in human nerve cells grown in the laboratory, offering relief without the devastating side effects of many current medications on the market. It's as if natural evolution has developed the perfect analgesic, potent against severe pain, specific to its cellular targets, and completely free of the risks of addiction, liver damage, or gastrointestinal problems associated with traditional medications. This discovery could revolutionize the treatment of conditions such as arthritis, fibromyalgia, neuropathic pain, and even post-operative pain in complex procedures. Even more exciting is the discovery that the clownfish's resistance mechanism works through a sophisticated process called controlled desensitization, the exact same approach used in modern immunotherapy to treat severe allergies and autoimmune diseases. The fish gradually develops immunity by progressively touching the venomous tentacles in a natural protocol that perfectly resembles the desensitization treatments used in hospitals around the world. Scientists are intensively investigating whether this natural approach can be adapted and optimized to treat deadly food allergies, debilitating autoimmune diseases like rheumatoid arthritis, and even develop new immunotherapy protocols for certain specific types of cancer. The tiny clownfish may literally be carrying medical secrets that will save millions of lives in the coming decades. It is definitive proof that sometimes humanity's greatest scientific advances come from the most unexpected and seemingly insignificant places in the deep ocean. Coral reefs are veritable underwater battlefields where only the most adapted, intelligent, and strategic organisms can survive and thrive in the long term. Among killer sharks, intelligent octopuses, electric moray eels, venomous jellyfish, and hundreds of other specialized killer predators, clownfish not only survive heroically, they thrive and dominate entire territories with impressive military mastery. At just 8 centimeters long and weighing just a few grams, these tiny warriors have developed survival and territorial dominance strategies so sophisticated that they have conquered some of the most competitive and violent ecosystems on planet Earth. Their secret weapon is not brute force or intimidating size, but superior strategic intelligence combined with a perfect and indestructible military alliance with the host anemone. It's a partnership that transforms David and Goliath into a virtually invincible underwater military force against any oceanic threat. When threatened by much larger and more powerful predators, the clownfish performs one of the most impressive and effective defensive maneuvers in the entire marine animal kingdom. It instantly dives between the venomous tentacles of the protective anemone, transforming its peaceful home into an impenetrable and deadly military fortress for invaders. Predators that stray too close to the protective zone receive a concentrated dose of neurotoxins, capable of causing total muscle paralysis and agonizing death within seconds. It's like living permanently inside a biological air defense system that never fails, never misses its target, and never runs out of lethal ammunition. Researchers have scientifically documented that anemones with resident clownfish become 300% more aggressive toward intruders than solitary anemones, creating a deadly and absolute exclusion zone around their evolutionary partnership. The mere presence of the clownfish transforms a defensive anemone into an underwater war machine. The territorial dominance strategy goes far beyond passive defense and includes psychological warfare techniques that amaze animal behavior experts. Clownfish have developed a full arsenal of intimidating sounds, loud clicks, menacing roars, and low-frequency vibrations that can be detected by predators from meters away, serving as clear and unmistakable territorial warnings. Their bright, contrasting colors aren't just a natural beauty. They're visual danger signals instinctively recognized by experienced predators who have already suffered from venomous tentacles. It's nature's loud and clear message. Watch out, this little guy has deadly military backup and won't hesitate to use it. Recent behavioral studies have revealed that clownfish in more dangerous and competitive reefs develop more vibrant colors, more aggressive behaviors, and fiercer territorialism. It's an evolutionary arms race that has continued for millions of years, constantly refining the survival and territorial dominance strategies of these tiny masters of underwater warfare. The navigational ability of clownfish is so impossibly precise that it completely defies our scientific understanding of the limits of natural biological senses. Imagine a baby clownfish just a few centimeters long being able to pinpoint with military precision a specific anemone among millions of possibilities spread across thousands of square kilometers of open, seemingly uniform ocean. It's like finding a specific needle in a haystack the size of an entire country, but doing so consistently and without ever getting lost in the process. For decades, marine biologists considered this scientifically impossible until they discovered that these tiny navigators possess sensory abilities that make our best GPS systems seem like obsolete children's toys. Researchers tagged thousands of young clownfish and transported them up to 15 kilometers from their natal reefs. Incredibly, 68% of them managed to return not only to the correct reef, but to the exact same individual anemone they called their original home. The clownfish's three-dimensional navigation system combines multiple biological senses operating simultaneously with a precision that puts any current human technology to shame. First, they use magnetoreceptors, specialized cells that function as an internal biological compass capable of detecting minute variations in the Earth's magnetic field and using this information for precise directional guidance. Second, they utilize sunlight polarization navigation, reading patterns of polarized light that pass through water and are invisible to normal human eyes. Third, they map complex ocean currents, memorizing three-dimensional patterns of water flow that serve as liquid highways through the oceans. Fourth, they process microscopic chemical information carried by these currents, creating a detailed olfactory map of different ocean regions. It's a biological navigation system more advanced and reliable than any technology we've yet developed for space or underwater exploration. Australian Navy scientists are investing millions of dollars studying this impossible system to develop military underwater navigation technology for unmanned vehicles and combat submarines. Traditional GPS simply doesn't work underwater due to the inability of satellite signals to penetrate the liquid mass. But the clownfish's natural system offers an elegant and effective solution that combines multiple environmental signals in real time. Researchers have discovered that these fish can also interpret and utilize microscopic variations in water temperature, changes in hydrostatic pressure, and even seismic vibrations of the ocean floor as complementary navigational references. It's a guidance system so advanced and sophisticated that it simultaneously incorporates environmental data that our most powerful computers still struggle to process individually. Nature has developed a multidimensional biological GPS that works perfectly in conditions where our most advanced technology completely fails, offering valuable lessons for the future of autonomous navigation on both land and undersea. As we unravel the extraordinary and impossible secrets of the clownfish, a grim and urgent reality emerges from the deep blue of the world's oceans. These absolute masters of evolutionary survival, which have dominated deadly reefs for over 50 million years, now face their greatest and most devastating existential threat. Global warming is systematically bleaching corals, destroying essential host anemones, and irreversibly fragmenting the ecosystems that have sustained these extraordinary creatures through entire geological eras. Ocean acidification, directly caused by the massive carbon emissions of our industrial civilization, is literally dissolving the coral reefs where these tiny warriors have built their microscopic underwater empires. Ironically, the species that has heroically survived evolutionary predators, deadly poisons, fierce competition, mass extinctions, and natural climate change may not be able to withstand the accelerated transformations our modern society has brought to the oceans in just a few decades. The scientific statistics are absolutely terrifying and urgent. 50% of the world's coral reefs have already completely died in the last 30 years due to global warming, chemical pollution, and accelerated ocean acidification. The remaining reefs are experiencing increasingly frequent and severe bleaching events, where high temperatures force corals to expel the symbiotic algae that provide them with energy, resulting in death by starvation within weeks. Without healthy corals, there are no thriving anemones. Without anemones, there is no home for clownfish. It's a cascade of extinction that could eliminate these evolutionary masters in less than a human generation, after heroically surviving 50 million years of extreme natural challenges. Studies project that, by 2050, only 10% of the world's reefs will remain viable to support healthy clownfish populations, transforming these little geniuses into a critically endangered species facing total extinction. But there's still real, tangible hope, shining like a vibrant clownfish among the world's threatened corals. Revolutionary marine conservation programs around the globe are working tirelessly to protect critical reefs, establish tightly monitored marine protected areas, and develop innovative coral restoration techniques that can reverse decades of environmental damage. Scientists are creating gene banks of heat-resistant corals, cultivating anemones in specialized laboratories, and even developing corals genetically adapted to warmer, more acidic waters. Every like you give to marine conservation content, every share that spreads awareness about ocean protection, every subscription to channels that promote science and nature directly contributes to a massive global conservation movement. Your digital actions fund research, educate communities, and pressure governments and corporations for stricter environmental policies. Scientific knowledge is the essential first step toward effective protection, and urgent protection is the only guarantee that future generations will be able to witness these living evolutionary wonders in person. Congratulations! You are now part of a select and exclusive group of people who know the most impossible and fascinating secrets of the world's oceans. If this scientific journey into the mysteries of the clownfish has sparked your curiosity and passion for marine life, if the revelations about biological superpowers have touched your conservationist heart, show it right now. Smash that like button to show that quality science and marine conservation are priorities that deserve massive support. Subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss any fascinating scientific discoveries about the extraordinary natural world that surrounds us daily. Share this revolutionary knowledge with friends, family, and social media, because every person who understands the critical importance of marine life automatically becomes a conscious guardian of the threatened oceans. Clownfish have dominated tropical reefs for 50 million years, using secrets we've just revealed exclusively to you. Now it's directly up to us to ensure they continue to dominate for millions more years. The future of the oceans is literally in our collective hands, and it starts with each individual person consciously choosing to care, become informed, and take action to defend threatened marine life.